it home, I dug her out, then I made her one of my aces. Marijuana fragrance, this tree here is outrageous. Want me to play in your city? Send an email to my agent.
Yo, what's going down, everybody? It is Straight Outta Boston here, aka the King of Boston, and today we're back for episode 18 of the Miami Marlins franchise here on MLB 13, the show. And today we're going to be going up against the St. Louis Cardinals. We're going to have Nathan Eovaldi on the mound for us today. He has struggled of late ever since entering the rotation after we traded away Carlos Villanueva, which was, if you guys don't remember, we traded Wei-Yin Chen, and then Carlos Villanueva was a throw-in in that deal, and then we traded Villanueva a couple weeks later for Andy Dirks. So, kind of like Gasper or Aaron Harang or one of those type of guys. Anyway, so yeah, we have Nathan Eovaldi. He was one of our middle relievers, but he has been a starter in the past. He was acquired in the Hanley Ramirez deal in real life in 2012, and he's pretty good young talent, but as you can see, that ERA is ballooned up to 5.45. He's in the low 80s for overall. Him and Henderson Alvarez are about the same point right now in their development stages. They're both B potentials, and they're both in the low 80s. Eovaldi's 24, Henderson Alvarez is 23, so I compare those guys a lot. And we can take a look at our lineup today. We have Derek Jeter starting at second base. We also have Gerardo Parra in center field, so Jorge Soler and Donovan Solano get the day off. And you can see the Cardinals lineup right there. Notable additions include Alex Gordon and Kevin Franzen, as well as Ben Francisco. So anyway, getting to the bottom of the first tier, Alan Craig is up. Eovaldi on the mound. Craig gets this one back up the middle for a base hit. So the Cardinals get a 2-out base hit. Craig recently signed to an extension in real life by the St. Louis Cardinals, one of the better hitters in baseball at this point after replacing Albert Pujols in 2012. Anyway, Oscar Taveras would be up next. He's going to hit this one into left field. It's misplayed by Puig, and Craig is going to get into third base. Taveras will hold at first. So rough play right there by Yasiel Puig, usually center fielder, just got called up recently. He actually plays right field predominantly in real life, but he's playing center field for us. Usually he's playing the left today. Anyway, we get Yadier Molina to line out to Sano at first base, and that will retire the side. So a little bit of a not sketchy inning, but iffy inning for Nathan Eovaldi. Anyway, we're going to advance to the top two now. Jaime Garcia is on the mound for the Cardinals. Rob Brandon's going to get a base hit here up the middle. Taveras will field it in center. Oscar Taveras, one of the top prospects in baseball. I think he's rated number one right now after Keith Law updated his top 100 for Baseball America. I believe works for Baseball America. Anyway, he's number one for Keith Law, and he is really developed into a solid player for this Cardinals team. Almost a superstar. I mean, I think he'll be there at some point, at least in this franchise. So anyway, Yasiel Puig gets a base hit up the middle. Him and Bradley really both had good days today. Gerardo Parra up, though, and he's going to ground it to the 4-6-3 double play. So bad at bat by Gerardo Parra. All we were looking for him to do is maybe advance the runners, not try to get a fly ball. We'll see. And instead of getting second and third with one out, we end up with runner on third with 2 outs, and that's never a good situation, especially when you have your 8-hole hitter up. Luis Cruz, even though he's performed great for us this year, all he will do is ground out to Jaime Garcia, the pitcher, and that will retire the side. So 2 missed opportunities so far by both ball clubs through an inning and a half, combined 5 hits. That is a lot for both teams. Anyway, Rob Bradley up now, top 4, 1 out. He hits this one back in between the 3-4 hole. So once again, Bradley getting work done. Like I said, him and Puig are going to have big days today. But they didn't really do it power-wise. You're going to notice a lot of singles from the both of them. And I'm looking for a little bit more power out of Puig. Not so much Brantley. Brantley is really more of a singles-doubles hitter. But I really think Puig has some raw power that I'm hoping to develop later on. And we'll kind of have to see as we get into the later years. But Puig gets a base hit in between the 5-6 hole. So we now have 2 runners on. Gerardo Parra, similar situation. This time he's going to ground to second. Fire on to second for 1, on to first. Not in time. Parra does have some speed. But another, bad ground out for him now. First and third with 2 outs. Cruz up once again, almost like a mirror of a situation. And he's going to ground it to the shortstop. He'll flip it on to Franzen at second. And that will retire the side. So another missed opportunity and kind of the common theme of the day for both teams. Look at that. 6 hits for us through 4 innings and no runs. That is not good. Anyway, here's where the offense started to kick it up a bit. Alan Craig up. He hits this one down the first base line. Pass a no at first. Stanton will field it. He's going to fire it into second. Craig will be held at first base as he is not the fastest first baseman in Major League Baseball. But a nice hit for him. Like I said, one of the best hitters in baseball at this point. I think he hit 300 with 20-plus home runs last year. That's a very impressive stat for anyone. Anyway, Gerardo Parra will field this one. He's firing it to third, and Craig is out at third base. An incredible throw by Gerardo Parra. Someone told me in one of the last episodes, start Parra in center. Hashtag best arm in baseball. I don't really agree with that, but this is quite an incredible throw. Didn't have any momentum. Had to just take one step, and then fires it on one hop to Luis Cruz at third base to get Alan Craig, who, like I said, isn't the fastest guy around. But he also wasn't, Manny on the base pass or anything. So, Yadier Molina is up now. He's going to ground this. And Eovaldi cannot field it. Castro who fielded it, and that will not be in time. So we got two guys on for Ben Francisco. Francisco takes this hanging curveball into the left center field gap, and it looks like Gerardo Power will come over and field it. He is going to fire it into the cutoff man. They were going to wave the runner home, and he is safe at home plate. So a 2-0 lead for the Cardinals. The way Jaime Garcia is going, that might be all they need. We'll have to see. Molina and Craig both score on Ben Francisco's go ahead, a 2-run double. Now Ty Wigginton up later in the inning. 0-2 count. He will ground this one to Cruz. He's going to misplay it though, and we will not get Wigginton. So Eovaldi not helping himself out, and neither is Luis Cruz. Really poor defense by the Marlins at this point. And now Jake Lemmerman is up. He's going to hit this one to third, who will fire to second for one, on to first, and we get the 5-4-3 double play to end the inning. So Cruz makes up for his error. We get the double play, but the Cardinals take a 2-0 lead as we enter the later innings. Now we're in the 6th inning here. You can take a look at the 6th inning recap. 8 hits for the Marlins and no runs. That's devastating. And 2 errors. That's really just been a lackluster performance. Garcia hasn't really pitched all that great, but one thing I noticed is we did not work the count today, and that's something I struggle with sometimes. You can see we're in the top of the 8th inning, and Garcia is still in the game. We got 8 hits, but we just didn't work the count. I couldn't make solid contact all day. I think I was swinging at the wrong pitches. I got to work on my plate discipline, taking more pitches, especially with my leadoff guys. Anyway, Jaime Garcia is still going strong after he gets Jeter. Giancarlo Stanton will ground this to Wigginton at third base. We'll find out to Craig at first for the out. 2 down so far in the 8th inning. Garcia still going strong. We got the meat of our order up, but we just cannot do anything with it. Next up is Miguel Sano, who I did bat fourth because he has like a 92 power versus lefties, and obviously Garcia being a lefty, but he cannot do anything all day. I need to work on Sano's contact a little bit. I just never seem to be able to quite get contact with the ball with this guy, but when I do, it seems like I hit it far, so I think he's one of those pure power guys we're going to have to work on. Anyway, Brett Cecil will come in. He would come in the bottom of the 7th, but we're going to skip ahead to the bottom of the 8th. But you can see his stats right there. Very solid year for him. We acquired him in one of the recent deals. Very good reliever. Pretty solid with, or pretty satisfied with how he's done. Here, 1 out. Alex Gordon is going to hit this one to center field, and that will make it 2 away for the St. Louis Cardinals. And yeah, like I said, Brett Cecil, another left-handed arm in the bullpen. I'm really happy with how he's done. He can give us a spot start if we need one. And just kind of an all-around good situation. Kevin Franzen up now, 0-2 count to him, and he will strike out on the sinker. So Cecil comes in, he pitches the 7th and 8th inning. He does a lockdown job. Now it's up to the offense in the top of the 9th to get something going. And it looks like it will be Rob Brantley to lead things off against Garcia. And Brantley is going to get one of the first really solid pieces of contact I've had all day off Garcia. As I hit this one into the gap, that will bounce up against the wall. Tavares over to field. We're going to hold Brantley at second. Could have maybe tried to get to third there. Looks like I would have been out. I don't know, something maybe I would have done earlier in the game, but I really need to kind of be conservative at this point. I know that runner is not that important. We need the tying run to score. And Puig gets this one into kind of a tough part of the field right here, but Oscar Tavares makes a very impressive running catch, showing off his range. Brantley will tag up to third base, but like I said, that's not the important run. We need to get that second run in if we want to tie this game and extend it 2 extra innings, or at least to the bottom of the 9th. Now 1 out, Gerardo Power is up. He's had a rough day, but he hits this one down the right field line. It lands in fair territory, and it will rattle up against the wall. Francisco over to field. He will fire it into the cutoff man, but Gerardo Power has an RBI double. Very impressive hit by Power. Using that line, using that gap, he gets to second base, and that would do it for Jaime Garcia. Mike Matheny is out to bring in the reliever, and that will be it for Garcia. Very impressive day, though. Pitched 8 in a third, solid innings. Really was phenomenal up until that last inning. Jason Mott in now, and Jason Mott has been very sketchy so far this year. 28 saves, put out 40 appearances with a 6.62 ERA, even though it doesn't show blown saves, which I wish it freaking did, but you gotta assume he's got at least like 5 or 6 blown saves. That ERA and that amount of appearances, I don't know. Anyway, Andy Dirks is up now. He will pinch hit in the pitcher spot, and with 2 outs away now, 0-1 count. He hits this one to left field for a base hit. It will be fielded, and they're going to fire it, and I'm going to hold Gerardo Parra at third base. Risky decision. I don't know how many chances you're going to get like that, but it looks like he would have been out. That was a very strong throw. Ball was hit very hard, so it got to the left fielder quickly. And the next batter, Starlin Castro. Castro's going to pop this one up. Craig is under it, and Alan Craig will field it and end the game. So, bit of a controversial decision right there by the third base coach to hold up Gerardo Parra at third. Could he have scored? I don't know. Let me know what you guys would have done. Obviously, hindsight is 20/20, and knowing what Castro, did in his next at bat, I probably would have sent Parra just to see what happened, but I obviously didn't know Castro was going to get out. My thought process was he's one of my best hitters. He's one of the best young shortstops in Major League Baseball. I figured he could maybe get a hit. I kind of been, doing well in the past inning or so hitting-wise, and it's unfortunate. But anyway, As you can see, Killer Kawaiui, I butchered that name so much. But anyway, he's a little bit upset. That's going to pretty much wrap up this video. So I thank you guys for watching. Hope you did enjoy. And so I'm out. Peace.